Andy and I already had our
That
sandwiches.
tasted so
So
good.
good with the tea and everything.
It did.
Well, we're on the political segment of the weekend show. Today we'll be discussing insecurity across the nation, giving the recent resignation of the service chiefs. Joining us to discuss this, we have
Honorable Ebenezer and Chief Suleiman, welcome to the weekend show.
Thank you.
So I'll start with you, Honorable. The service chiefs, the resignation of the service chiefs, does it make any difference? Would this make Nigeria more secure in your personal opinion?
Well, it is. It comes with a huge hope. Having followed the strong agitations by Nigerians to want to see a new template, a new rule of engagement, a new set of vigor at tackling the security challenges. So one can only hope and pray that they will actually live up to the expectations of Nigerians, which actually is gargantuous. But that in itself cannot achieve the set goals. They must evolve what I call the citizen-based security approach. For example, a lot of people who ought to be giving information to security forces are afraid to do so because there is a breaking down in confidence between security forces, namely the police, the military, the army, the air force, and the rest of it. And I would think that for them to succeed paramountly and build upon the successes that the past service chiefs recorded, they must evolve a confidence-building mechanism that we penetrate deep into the society, making the people to put their entire strength into generating, intelligence for our security forces. Timely intelligence, appropriate intelligence, correct and accurate intelligence that our security forces can work upon. This they must have to work with.
Chief Suleiman, religious traditional leaders through history have played a crucial role in maintaining peace and unity in their communities. Ironically, we saw some members of host communities fighting on TV just this last week. And so most times, a lot of focus is placed on the military, the service chiefs. What role do you think leaders like yourself have to play in ensuring that insecurity is being tackled adequately?
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, the situation with traditional rulers, or I can say the traditional rulers are almost handicapped. In fact, the reason why you see people respect traditional leaders today is because of their selfless services to the community and their sacrifices, because almost all the traditional leaders, in short, they are trying as much as possible to be the guarantor of peace in various communities, without even without having political will or constitutional responsibility. So the traditional class are always in pain because they always try as much as possible to relate to the political class the situation, the importance of peace, the more special about economic policies, security challenges. But the political class usually look at the traditional class as their rivals. So it is just unfortunate we are in this situation, but I think now with the present situation of this of the state, it is high time for the government to enroll the traditional class rulers into the fight against all these immoralities, behaviors that do happen that lead to all these security challenges.
Okay, so we've talked about the role of the traditional rulers. We've talked about the expectations, I beg your pardon, of the new service chiefs. We have Brigadier General Sani Usman, the former army spokesperson. Can you hear me? Okay, good morning. It seems like it's me that can't hear you properly. But since you can hear me, talk to me more about the role of the citizen. What role do you think that we as the people we need to take on right now in order to protect our lives and our properties moving forward?
General, can you hear us? Okay, so while we wait for General to join us, so we've spoken about the military, we've spoken about traditional rulers, but the political class, they play a major role in what's going on because they have the political power and constitutional power, which Chief said they don't necessarily have. And in the past, we've had fingers pointed at the political class as well for fueling some of this crisis and insecurity in the country. What's your take on it, and how do we move forward from that, sir?
Yes. Paramountly, we must examine the root cause so that we will not be addressing the surface of the issues. There are fundamentally three classes of people in politics. You have statesmen in politics. Statesmen in politics want to work for the betterment of the people, the nation, selflessly. They want to just come to serve. And then such are the people that you see developed into an image of a colossus. I mean, image of a colossus, and they have people they mentored into politics. Now, the people they mentored into politics, we want to take after them. That is why you have people like SIG, former Chief Obafemi Awolowo, SIG, former Amadu Bello, and Aminu Kano. Those are the class of statesmen and things of that nature. They are not noted for the kind of money they can throw around and things of that nature. The second class, I have discussed two classes now. There is the signature, that statesmen in politics, that people sponsored by statesmen in politics. The way Awolowo sponsored somebody like Diakonde, Bola Ige, and some other. Now when you move away from that, you have organized crime in politics. The people that constitute organized crime in politics comes into politics as business. And the moment they entered into politics, they want to control every segment of the constitutions, the parliament, the executive arm, and whomsoever they sponsored are loyal to them and not to the constitution and not to the nation. And paramountly, their intention is not to come and serve. Now, if people that are preponderantly organized crime in politics lost power, you will generate tumults. They can decide to bomb even a whole plaza where there is just only civilian, and you will be asking, what is the sense in terrorism, bombing a plaza where there are no military, where there are no... It is the work of organized crime in politics. They will make sure that countries become ungovernable and things of that nature. And that is why I said, everyone must put our hand on the deck to resolve the security challenges that are confronting Nigeria today, because preponderantly there are security challenges that is erupting from the spirit of do or die politics that are being powered by organized crime in politics. Our traditional ruler has spoken well, but I have a little disagreement with him. The role the traditional ruler ought to play, because these are the people that are classically closer to the people, to the grassroots. You know those whom you can recommend for political position. They can play a role in identifying, so that you don't just because somebody has money, a drug baron in your community, you confer traditional title on them, and the next thing they move into politics, and you pretending and feigning ignorance that you do not know them. We know everyone. And that is why I said the government at the federal level must connect the government at the state level, connect the government at the local level, connect the traditional ruler at the first class of the traditional ruler, second class traditional ruler, third class traditional ruler. If the Baales constitute fourth class, let us go down that way, and public opinion molders, we engage them, and we begin to cultivate the right mental attitude, the right structural attitude to one another.
So if I hear you correctly, it's a whole ecosystem. It's a whole system that needs to function, in unison as one for us to be able to quell this political and security tension. But I think we have Brigadier General Sani Usman back on the phone. Can you hear us now? Hello. Okay, seems we're having technical issues, so we'll have to forfeit that interview. We'll hope you exceed when next we call on you on our program. But let me give you the final word, sir. So I asked him earlier, but he couldn't hear me, about the role of the citizens. Yes, we talk about government. We know what we demand of the government. The service chiefs are just 4 out of 27 heads of security apparatuses in Nigeria. So that their work is actually to fight external threats to the country. So when you're talking about internal security, we the citizens have a critical and a very pertinent role to play. So in your opinion, what do we the people need to do to continue to protect ourselves? Because the reality is that we've been doing so for too long. You hire your own your private security wherever you're going, so we've been doing that since time immemorial. What do we need to do to continue to protect ourselves, and also help the government achieve its purpose, achieve its mission to secure our nation?
Thank you very much. This question is just a simple approach. If the government are sincerely ready, I'm telling you, it is very easy as possible. First of all, connect to all these traditional class. They know each and every body in their community, from the emir to the district head to the village heads. Village head has ward heads under him, and all the ward heads are the guarantors of vigilant group and hunter groups, and other traditional guards. Each and every of these structure should work within their area. I'm telling you, and also let the village heads or the traditional class manage uncultivated land. For example, I'm telling you, all this will be over. With just simple approach, will be over. Because if everybody will take care of its environment, by the time the traditional class have political will to ask somebody, who are you? I'm telling you, everything will be minimized. It will take care of 75%. So it seems like we are not ready. The political class, people look at us as if we don't know the political know-how of the modern politicians, just as the Honorable now is blaming the blame of, because they have the political will. They do anything they want to do with the Constitution give them that power. Just imagine what happened in Kano. You understand? Governor, first-class chief, was just bundled out. Just imagine.
Yeah.
You understand?
We'll definitely have to allocate more time to this conversation. This 15 minutes does not
we
do
should
us
do a follow-up.
justice. Yes, we have to do a follow-up. So we will be inviting the both of you again to the program to discuss. But unfortunately, we ran out of time. Thank you so much for your time. You can watch this and many more programs on our website, www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow us on social media at
Weekend Show NG
Weekend
on
Show NG,
Twitter,
Andy
Facebook,
Madaki,
and
and Osasu Igbinedion on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We have tweets of the day. Last week, Aisha, our entertainment presenter, sent out a quiz, and she asked who got paid $8 million, I believe,
$10 million for
$10
8
million
minutes
for
also, yeah.
8 minutes in a film, and it was Robert Downey Jr. and Paul Kufre won the data for that segment. And today she asked General Buratai was the longest serving Chief of Army Staff. How many months did he serve? And Miriam Damilola, Mrs. G on Twitter answered 66 months. You're correct. So you win 5 gigabytes of data. Okay, keep sending in your comments to our social media handles. Keep interacting with us and you'll be able to win a prize as well. We'll see you same time, same place next week. And until then, take very good care of yourself. Keep practicing social distancing, washing your hands and wearing your face mask. God bless you.